So hello guys, and welcome to the first Football Manager video that I've had on my channel for quite some time. Today we're going to be looking at what Football Manager thinks is likely to happen in the upcoming Champions League final between Manchester City and Chelsea Football Club. So we're going to go and get things started off here. I'm going to probably have to change some settings beforehand. I don't know what the teams that have been picked to line up out here are, so we're going to have to go and take a look at that in a second, possibly at halftime. And also I'm going to go and set up all of this stuff so that we can start off with beautiful 2D, and then we're going to look at comprehensive highlights, and the replays are going to be in, what do we go with? Sideline? TV. We'll go with TV, and we'll also zoom in a nice little bit, and we'll get the game moving just a little bit faster. So, I'm a Manchester City fan. Obviously, I'm hoping for a Manchester City victory here in the game later on today, and hopefully it'll be a nice comfortable one so I don't have to be too stressed out. Now, I can see already that there are some players here that don't quite line up with the lineup that's actually going to be out there in real life. I think Kyle Walker is starting, and Raheem Sterling has scored 4 minutes in. Okay, hopefully we can see that happen in the game later on this evening. That would be an absolutely beautiful start, 4 minutes in, for us to be already 1-up. I don't think João Cancelo is starting. I do believe that it is going to be Kyle Walker. So this exact combination, pretty unlikely to happen. I'll go and take a look at what the actual team sheets are at the moment. They've been already put up on the Twitter for both teams. So I'll be able to go and check and see here. You know what? Well, next time that screen comes up, we're going to go and take a very, very quick pause. And I'll go and take a look and see how these two teams compared to the lineups that are actually going to be out there later on this evening. Oh wow, nearly 2-0 already. Okay, this looks like it's going to be a good opportunity for us to get a little pause in, and there we go, pause. So Ederson is the same, then Diaz is the same, with Kyle Walker replacing João Cancelo, and John Stones replacing Aymeric Laporte. Benjamin Mendy won't be playing, that's going to be Zinchenko. Then we're not playing a defensive midfield player, which is quite strange. I'm a Man City fan as well. Most of you guys who are going to be watching this are going to know that. Kevin De Bruyne is playing, no Rodri. Gundogan is playing, so that's fine, but Bernardo Silva is also playing. And then it's going to be Mahrez, Sterling, and Foden in real life, and it's going to be Jesus, Sterling, and Rodri in real life. Okay, cool. And then Chelsea, oh wow, Kepa's playing instead of Edouard Mendy. That's not quite as accurate. Then we have, what is it going to be? Centre-backs of Rudiger, Thiago Silva, and Azpilicueta. And they have Tomori playing and Kurt Zuma. Okay, this is going to be a bit of a weird Chelsea side. No Ben Chilwell out there this evening. That's a little bit strange. Jorginho and Kante. No Jorginho, but there is Kante and Kovacic. And then Havertz, Mount, and Werner. And in this one, they have Tammy Abraham, Pulisic, Mount, and Ziyech playing. This is going to be a little bit of a different situation here compared to real life. It's quite a different setup that both teams are going with here. Also very different formation, because Chelsea are only playing 4 defenders. In real life, of course, they're going to be playing 5 this evening, and looks like they're going to have very, very strong defensive stance. They're going to be going with that kind of classic Tuchel stance, but not really seen here in Football Manager today, which is a little bit strange. So let's see, Azpilicueta playing left back. Strange spot for Azpilicueta to be playing in. Normally he's playing right back or on the right hand side of the centre back 3. Kovacic moving the ball around nicely. Let's see, can we get something happening here for Chelsea? You're going to go and slip in, who's that? Ziyech down number 11. See your number 11? Yeah, Ziyech. Is he going to do anything? Oh, a good save by Ederson. Right at him, though. Do I not have highlights set to be in thing? Can I take a look? Highlights. Oh, it's the replays, excuse me. Okay, fine, yeah. So we're going to be in 2D for most of the time here. Bernardo, Gabriel Jesus! Gabriel Jesus 2-0! 28 minutes! Yo, okay, this is absolutely fantastic to see as a Manchester City fan. I really want to see us win this Champions League final, which for me now is kicking off in 24 minutes. So hopefully we're going to go and get this video rendered and sorted and everything and out there rather quickly. This so far looking very, very good for Manchester City. I know that this team is quite different, especially the Chelsea team compared to the one that we're likely to be seeing later on today. But still, this is very, very nice, dominant performance from Manchester City here. Good pressuring by Kevin De Bruyne and Gabriel Jesus as well. Aymeric Laporte winning against Tammy Abraham in the air. But then Ziyech with a fantastic strike from the edge of the area. Picked up that knockdown from Aymeric Laporte. Was able to beat Benjamin Mendy quite comfortably and then slot it in is what it looked like. So let's see if that's what the replay shows as well here. Yeah, Aymeric Laporte wins. Benjamin Mendy doesn't pick up the header, which is a little bit loose. And then just a really, really nice strike from Hakim Ziyech. So 2-1, this would be a very exciting Champions League final if after half an hour there were 3 goals scored already. But good start from both teams. A little bit weak defensively from both sides, really. The defenses haven't looked particularly imperious, which is quite strange, especially considering the way Man City have played this season with a rather strong defense. And also Chelsea, since Tuchel has taken over, have been very, very, very strong defensively. We're not really seeing that so far, though. Maybe that's just what's going to happen. I know that there's been a lot of matches played between these two sides recently in real life where we've seen some very interesting things happen. Games go both ways. With did we win? What did we win against them? We win a cup against Chelsea? I feel like we won a cup against Chelsea. Let me go and take a look at that. I don't remember. I've been busy with college stuff. So let's take a look. We're gonna go and see Man City on Twitter. Not on Twitter, on the Google here, and see when the last time we played Chelsea was and what that score was. So we lost 2-1, which was in the Premier League. And time before that, oh, we lost in the semi-finals of the FA Cup. That's what it was. I knew that we had played them in a cup recently. But 2-1 half-time looks like it's going to be what we're going to be going into the break on. City, probably the stronger of the two sides so far, with Chelsea definitely having some really, really good opportunities. City not quite as dominant in the possession as you would expect from a Pep Guardiola side. But some good pass completion. Not so many fouls. I guess that's what happens when we're not playing a defensive midfield player. Normally with someone like Fernandinho out there, you'd be getting an awful lot of fouls happening because that man does like a foul. But we'll start the second half. Oh, wow. I've just noticed 9 corners for Man City. That doesn't really favour them at all because Man City typically a rather small team. Much better at ball playing rather than being physical players. I guess with Laporte and Ruben Diaz out there and Rodri as well, there are some big men there who can win a header. But with Tomori and Zuma and especially Kepa, who is, I mean, I guess Kepa's not that tall. Maybe it's not that bad of an idea for us to be going much more header-based, especially with Kevin De Bruyne being very, very good at taking corners in this game, as opposed to him being rather crap at them in real life. And Gabriel Jesus has made it 3-1. That's hopefully going to be the tie right there for Manchester City, with 40 minutes left to go on the clock here in the Estadio El Drago in Portugal. Really, really good from João Cancelo. Maybe he should be starting this final based on how he's played in this Football Manager simulation so far, but that is absolutely wonderful stuff. Really good poacher finish from Gabriel Jesus. Very different to the way that he actually plays in real life, which is typically a bit crap. No, some good stuff. Oh, and Chelsea have brought on Olivier Giroud, which is a very interesting substitution. Man is vastly experienced, scores lots and lots of big goals. It'll be interesting to see if he can go and do anything here in the Champions League final. And now, good ball up by, who's that? Aymeric Laporte up to Ilkay Gundogan. You would expect Ilkay to be taking that past his man there, trying to dribble, get the ball into feet, and do something with that, considering his goal-scoring prowess this season. But it's not to be. Kevin De Bruyne into Rodri. It seems like whenever we've seen one of these highlights, it's been Man City dominating possession. It's interesting that Chelsea have actually had quite so good of a possession stat against Man City in this game. Oh, Kevin De Bruyne with a strike. Man, he was looking for it there, searching for that top corner. And wow, 2 substitutions from Manchester City. Eric Garcia, who of course is leaving to Barcelona, and Ferran Torres, who's a player that I've been a massive fan of this season. I think he's really shown a lot of talent. He can be a very, very good player going forward here. And now I think Christian Pulisic has also been brought on for Chelsea. And who's number 22 for Chelsea? I don't actually know. Is that, oh wow, Ferran Torres scored. Benjamin Mendy cross while I was trying to figure out who number 22 is. I still don't know who that is. It's not Timo Werner. It might be somebody else that I've forgotten. Is it Hudson-Odoi? Maybe? I don't know what number he is, but great cross by Benjamin Mendy. And really powerful header into the back of the net there by Ferran Torres. With 30 minutes left to go, 20 minutes left to go. Manchester City looking absolutely dominant. And I'll see if I can figure out who that number 22 is. It is Callum Hudson-Odoi. They've also brought on Kai Havertz and Timo Werner. Chelsea really, really going for this game here. And now Phil Foden, who's been brought on at some point that I didn't notice, carrying the ball forward for Manchester City, and Riyad Mahrez is on as well. All change up front for Manchester City. And what? Wow, okay, Chelsea clearly not happy with their goalkeeping performance, with Kepa being taken off on a 6.3 for Edouard Mendy. Not really a particularly great showing by Chelsea at all. They've been very lackluster in this game here. And it looks like that's all she wrote. Man City to win 4-1 in this simulation of a possible outcome for the Champions League final. N'Golo Kante finally getting some minutes. He didn't start this game, which is rather strange. You would have expected him to. And that's it. Chelsea couldn't do anything in this game. They were a long way off the pace. They started off quite brightly, but then in the second half, they just had absolutely nothing. So hopefully this is going to be somewhat similar to what we're going to see from Manchester City later on this evening. But this has been it from me. thank you all very much for watching, and I guess we'll have to watch the real final to see what actually happens. Goodbye, guys.